most of the coins in your portfolio, chances are, if you randomly bought them, won't even 10x in this bull run. Now, I don't just have proof of this today. I want to give you some of the altcoins that I do think will not just 10x, but do a lot more than that. And they aren't just random altcoins. These are altcoins that follow my philosophy on this channel. Altcoins in which will gain us the most amount of rewards in the safest possible way. Guys, we can't screw this up. These bull runs don't come around that often. And as a matter of fact, no one really knows how successful the next bull run will be, given that we have institutions now buying up Bitcoin and altcoins. So it begs the question, are you making the most of this cycle? Well, in this video, I am going to try to help you make that a reality. But of course, before we do, don't forget, hit that like button. A lot of work goes into these videos, but it is for your benefit, so support me with a like on this video. And hit that subscribe button, guys. I've spent 20,000 hours, truthfully, in this industry, wasting time, wasting money, all to come to the conclusions I'm sharing with you in these videos. So first of all, I do want to touch on this chart right here, which is very obviously a chart that shows Bitcoin's price history. Now, I want to make one quick point because I'll circle back to this later on in the video, that at the current point in time, we are 188 days past the halving. Okay, now, yeah, this is kind of important to note. A lot of us do understand at this point in time that a lot of this doesn't really work on the halvings anymore. A lot of this follows different cycles like the global liquidity cycle. However, I think it is important to note. Why? Well, in the last few cycles, even as far back as 2012, as you can see over here, Bitcoin from this particular point in time, represented by this red circle over here, does go up quite significantly. This is kind of a pivotal time in Bitcoin's price because, yes, we might have some, peaks, valleys, but for the most part, we go up. That's the most important thing we're concerned with. As a matter of fact, in every single cycle, we do have multiple periods of going down, even excluding this anomaly over here back in 2012. You can see we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 downturns in this massive first initial swing, averaging about 29% crash. All the while, we actually ended up going up 920%, which is just over a 10x overall, giving us multiple chances to get in to many different coins all on the way up. However, it does favor those of us looking to execute on some of these high quality, high market cap, and honestly, high potential for gain altcoins right over here in 2017. From this point, you can see we actually began going up exactly from this low all the way up to the very top. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 drops, averaging 35% down. We made a 26x on Bitcoin's price from the point we are at right now. So obviously altcoins dominated at this given point. And finally, in the last cycle at the same point in time, you can see we began going up. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 drops, averaging 23% down. Now in 2021, of course, we did have the unfortunate event that happened over here, which is the big C word. It did so-called suppress many of the potential buyers in this cycle, which is why I think we did have an anomaly over here. We had a double top. However, I must say again, we still moved up significantly in Bitcoin's price from this given time we're at right now, an overall 4x, which is quite incredible to begin with because, again, this isn't altcoins, this is Bitcoin. And this is honestly part of that statistic, I think, that will go into 90% of altcoins not actually getting you even a 10x in this bull run, therefore losing you money, because most of us are looking at these high market cap coins within even the top 500 and thinking to ourselves, there's no way that these coins are going to hit these massive multiples. And yet we even see these massive multiples being hit even in the price of Bitcoin, which of course is by far and away the most heavily invested coin in crypto. And as you'll see with a chart here in a second that I ended up extrapolating a bunch of data on, guys, we have a lot of money flowing into our favorite top 200, even top 500 altcoins on the market cap ranking list. Wait until you see this, and trust me when I say, guys, when you see me explain this wealth distribution chart, it's going to blow your mind and it's going to alleviate a lot of your stress, because I know a lot of us are stressed right now because we feel like we're not going to make huge multiples in these coins. Now, like I said, guys, on the 15th of November 2020, which by the way was right over here, this red dot in the last cycle, before we had this massive 4x move up for Bitcoin, these things were looking quite juicy. I mean, we can see here Cardano at almost a 4 billion market cap, Binance Coin 4 billion, Cardano 3 billion. We had a few other coins you might know on this list here in the billion-ish market cap range. And guess what? Towards the end of this, at this initial peak over here, these coins were moving up significantly. Cardano was a 40 billion market cap, Dogecoin 40 billion market cap, Binance 73 billion market cap coin, a VeChain out of nowhere. This coin like 20 something X at this point in time. And guess what? You can see here that Cardano's all-time high wasn't even at that point over here, that first initial move up. Okay, again, we went from 400 billion global market cap to 2.5 trillion, okay, in this push here. But again, Cardano was different. Most altcoins are different, as we'll see soon. They follow their own narratives. They follow different paths. They don't all go up together. They do follow each other. You can see here, it got very, very close to this point in time. But Cardano's all-time high was over here, meaning its market cap was significantly more than over here, where it's got 40 billion. It went to about 70 billion. So if you would have thought at this given time, hey, 3 billion is too much money, would you have invested if you knew it was going to 70 billion? That's over 20x. Now, I know what some of you are thinking to yourselves. There's so many more altcoins in this space. Even if we go to the market cap everyone's expecting us to, 8 to 12 trillion, there's too many coins, not enough money to go around. Well, that's why I created that sheet to show you something very, very important. Let me now dive into why I want to take this conversation, right? Which is having a look at solving this problem. Why I'm not trying to convince you to buy the high market cap coins, but why I'm trying to tell you that some of the coins you're diving into, these small caps, you're playing a lottery. The higher market cap you go at this current time being a much safer time to buy coins that we've seen react well to the market thus far. We've got a great buying opportunity. You can't discount them. And while going too low, you're playing a lottery. So again, we saw a massive increase in Bitcoin's price and the overall global market, 400 billion up to 2.5 trillion. Some coins 5x'd. Some of the coins you might have in your portfolio might not even 5x. And some 50x'd that were in the couple hundred million market cap range at this current time. So I do believe we'll probably end up around somewhere between around 8 to 12 trillion global market cap, more or less. Let's use 10 trillion in the middle side of things. So what altcoins can we find that will get us to the higher side of things? Not the lower side. We want to make money, but again, in a safe way. Well, like I said, I do believe the growth factor from here will be insane. We have the total global market cap in the last cycle being only 2.9 trillion. That's where it capped out at, where I'm kind of pointing my conclusions to. It was only at 2.5 trillion. And again, altcoins weren't even at their all-time high over here. Altcoins were at their all-time high way over here, even past where the global market cap capped out at. So this wasn't be all and end all for altcoins. They still had a lot more in the tank. We had no ETFs, so no institutional interest, therefore less retail confidence. People think institutional demand is not good. It's going to absorb all into Bitcoin. And it might for the most part, but again, it instills confidence in these small caps and the overall altcoin market itself, not just for retail, but of course for other institutions. We're seeing now massive VCs like A16Z begin buying even meme coins. If it's trending, if it's important, they're going to latch onto it because there's money to be made. It's as simple as that. And of course, less global interest. It was not as mature of a market. And of course, the way we can gauge this is the fact that right now we're at a 2.4 trillion market cap, which is just below our all-time high, which is insane. Like I've talked about briefly before, guys, a lot of these, influencers and people will say to you, well, we've got so many more altcoins being created on a rapid basis. You can see this is going literally linear. It's insane. We're getting so many new altcoins. And you might think to yourself, well, Kyron, all this bullish stuff we just spoke about here, there's going to be too many coins. All right. Well, yes, less coins in the 2021 market, sure, which meant lower market caps were even higher on the list. So if I come back over here, even at the peak of things, right, we had altcoins back in the top even 100 over here that weren't even at a billion market cap. So obviously we had less coins, less money overall. However, most of the money is centralized again in the top 500 coins anyway. Even as the market cap increases, this will remain true. And so I went on a bit of a mission today to find this out for you all, and let me describe to you what I'm talking about here. So this sheet is available in my private community, guys, for level 1 and above. It's a part of my Bullrun cheat sheet. You can see here, we have a whole bunch of products and a growing list at that as well for you guys to enjoy too. Again, all you need all in one place to absolutely dominate this bull run. And this is one of the many different tools we have here available. I have just created for the community. Now, this tracks global market cap, so 2.4 trillion stablecoin market cap, as a general guide, at least, into how much money is in stables, currently about 6.8% of the global market cap dominance, and how many coins are in existence according to CoinGecko. These are coins that are active and inactive. There's 2.4 million. However, these 2.4 million are mainly micro caps with like even a couple $100 in liquidity on dexes that no one's ever going to buy and use. So this is kind of an important topic to talk about. Why? Because we want to figure out where most of the money is situated, and then we can go to ourselves, okay, well, we have all these new coins and all this new money, but given that most of the money is situated in a certain number of coins, of course, we can expect when the market picks up for those coins to remain in that dominance, therefore they'll attract most of the money. And what I'm sort of meaning by this, and to visualize it all, is the top 10 altcoins right now, including Bitcoin, have 84% of the total global market dominance, which is insane. Meanwhile, they make up 0.031% of all the coins in existence, a tiny fraction. Now, cumulatively, if we go into the top 500 down here, so this includes all top 500 coins, it's 96.8% of the total global market cap, which is insane, and yet only makes up 1.5% of all the tokens. So 1.5% of all the crypto tokens make up almost 97% of the market. Now, why should we think to ourselves that if the market cap begins to increase, that this is going to change and all the money will flow to the micro caps? They won't, and it definitely won't. Matter of fact, this probably will even grow even more. Yes, it's dynamic. It'll move around. Money will flow out of Bitcoin, out of the top 10 into the top 100. For sure, we'll see this increase. We'll be tracking this in the private community on this sheet as well. And of course, money will flow down. But the point I'm trying to make here is, guys, outside the top 500, okay, the top 1,000, top 1,000 to 3,000, and matter of fact, every other coin beneath that, if you add up the dominance on these coins, it is not that much at all. So the number of coins that make up from 1,001 all the way down to you get to the rest of the 30,000 is almost like 97% of all the existing tokens, and yet they make up a small portion of the dominance. If you count the dominance up, it's less than 2.7%, just over 2.6%. So you have 97% of all the tokens that only make up 2.6% of all the money in the market. Now, the argument might be, well, Kyron, these coins at a 10K market cap only have to go to $1 million to 100x, and that's true, but you're playing a massive lottery in that. You are literally playing a massive lottery. Now, if we run a thought exercise through here, and we come to the calculator I've made, and we pick 10 trillion, right, where again the middle ground is, and we have a look at where, given the same dominance, again, we can't speculate, dominance will increase or decrease. It's impossible to gauge that. So from the current dominance, how much money is going to be situated in each different ranking level? And what's interesting is, if we have a look, not even the top 500, the top 200 coins, we're going to have about $168 billion worth in just these 100 coins, in the coins ranking from 101 to 200. It's incredible. And if we include the top 100 and top 10, it's 9.5 trillion. So then if we put that on pause for a second and we come to coin market cap and look at the coins from 101 down to 200, and just have a look at the market cap sizes of these coins, 200 million, and it does range quite high up to about 600 million. But again, you have a much better chance here of one of these coins absorbing at least a few $1 billion of the 170 billion that is expected to come into the cycle in this 100 range than you do going out of the top 500, top 1,000 and trying to play around with 27, 28, 29, 30,000 coins and trying to find one that's going to do well. And again, these coins are very volatile as well. You're not just dealing with, it's going to 100x quite easy. These are very, very volatile. Most of them are rug pulls. And as the market picks up and some more of these coins come into favor, it's going to get harder and harder to identify which coins are quality and which coins aren't. So if you compare that market cap growth, again, we're going to expect about, again, given the 10 trillion market cap, about $170 billion in just these 100 coins, okay? Where it is right now, it's valued at about 40 billion. So we have a 3 or 4x increase in just these 100 coins. It's insane. I would much rather take a bet on that, much more guaranteed. A little bit of research, you'll be able to easily identify the coins, so then go way down here and risk it all, throwing money around like it's really nilly. Now, you can do that. That's the beauty of crypto. You can have speculative bets, but I think we're wasting a massive potential chance here by not looking at these large caps. So anyway, have a look at some of these coins and their growth, right? Polkadot went from, at that point in time, November 2020, went from 3.8 to 54 billion market cap. It 12x its price. What about Cardano? It 31x its price. What about another blue chip over here? Again, we're talking about hundreds of millions and billions of market cap, 25x for VeChain, okay? I think the narratives and the coins that are going to do well this Bullrun are even more evident, are more in our face, obvious, and I'll tell you some of these in a second here. What about Terra and Solana? Mid and small caps, micro caps even for Solana. 400x and 130x. So I'm not saying to go outside and don't go out of the top 200. Again, I think a micro cap here in the case of Solana was top 97. Okay, so in this cycle, probably top 200, top 300. You don't have to go, only top 100 or 200 coins. 300's fine. But what I'm saying is, don't stress yourself out looking for these micro caps that might ruin a great chance we have right now. So in my opinion, stick to the coins inside the top 500. This includes micro caps as well, but again, more valid micro caps, as this is where most of the money will go with less competition. Coins outside the top 500 will generate you more gains, obviously because of a lower market cap, but you run the risk of losing all your money because there is more competition. There's more altcoins to pick from. You really have to know what you're doing at this market cap level. 2, find the strongest areas of the market like narratives and the strongest coins in those narratives. Okay, if you follow this channel, you're subscribed, this is very easy for you to do. These narratives are easy to spot as they have taken the spotlight so far, usually with Web2 variables positively impacting them. AI with NVIDIA and the massive AI boom. We have, of course, BlackRock with real-world assets and so on. These altcoins in this area have performed well so far, having these characteristics. Okay, so low FDV, have to add this now. People love FDV, right? Web3 focus, so Web3 products, strong community support and unique enough versus competitors. We should all know by now, these are different narratives. They move independently from one another. Bitcoin might spike here, but these will have their own independent peaks and valleys. So it's very important to identify the quality areas. It's just like panning for gold. You want to pan for gold in the areas where gold is or on the outskirts. You don't want to pan for gold where, geographically speaking, there is no way gold could form in an area, and yet here you are looking for it. There's no point. And like I said, even if coins like Solana and Avalanche are in the same area, layer ones will perform better than others because it's more unique versus competitors. It's more appealing, and again, it might have a stronger community. Once you've found the areas and the altcoins, you need to be patient. Buy and wait. Guys, I can't tell you enough. Most of us don't do this. Most of us are the red dude, the FOMO dude, where we try to catch the end trail of the hype because we're too late, we're too slow, and we haven't just bought and waited. The most money is made in this industry, not from those who try to chase the dragon, but from those who buy these coins that aren't performing well right now and just sit and wait. Now, again, the best way we can do this, go to CoinMarketCap, guys. They give you the trending narratives, memes, Solana Rico, AI, blah, 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 blah. Okay, they're trending right now. They won't always trend, of course, but these are by far the most important areas, in my opinion, of the bull run. You have a look at other narratives like AI, right? You begin looking at these narratives and finding yourself looking at some of these coins going, AI, deepen, there's some coins that I see are overlapping in these different key areas. Solana Rico, hang on a second. Render. How's Render's performing so far? Well, it's doing really, really well. It's down quite a lot. How's its community? Very strong, very cultish community. Guess what? That's probably going to be a pretty good pick of this bull run. Gaming, same things. Can we notice any sort of coins that stand out-ish here that overlap other very, very large and interesting narratives of the bull run? Well, go to layer 2s, IMX. So IMX overlapping two massive narratives. How's it going so far? Well, it's had a massive run since the start of the year. It's down significantly from that high. How's the community? Quite strong, and so on. Now, I can hear some of you sitting there thinking to yourselves, well, Kyron, how do we know what the best narratives are? How do I know that layer 2s are a good narrative to pair up with gaming to find that IMX might be a good pick? Well, guys, that is why I created the bull run cheat sheet and have the narrative ranking for this bull run. I've got coins I've listed here. I update this frequently as well. I've got the narratives that I think will do well, the narratives I think will do not so well, and so on. All subjective, all my opinions, of course, but based on what we're seeing so far, I will move things around, and I do think that this will definitely help you figure out which areas of the cycle are the best, and therefore you might find some coins that overlap in multiple of these different places. Same with real-world assets. I mean, I can do this all day for you guys, looking at real-world assets, DeFi, finding some of the overlapping projects here, like Mantra, for example. So Mantra's obviously performed extremely well recently. I think a really massive play here is Chainlink. Chainlink tends to be brought up in most of these different narratives. And whilst the 7 billion market cap, guys, you can't discredit the fact that if we do go to a 10 trillion global market cap, that, there can't be massive growth here for Chainlink. Again, guys, this will be a top 10 altcoin in my personal opinion. And if we go to a 10 trillion global market cap, we'll have, roughly speaking, around $8.5 trillion around these coins. Even the top 100 coins are going to have about $900 billion in just the top 11 to 100 coins. $900 billion. Think about that for a second. That's just a crazy number to look at some of these coins in this top, 100 list, if you will. Like, how can some of these coins not go up at least a 10x? It's hard to fathom, and it's just dominance, guys. It's just a projection. We can sit here and go 5 trillion, but it's all relative to the market dominance, basically, right? Coins that overlap narratives like Aether, AI, Deepin, ICP, Layer 1, AI, NIA, Layer 1 and AI, ASI, Layer 1 and AI. I mean, I can go on, but you guys might be a little bit annoyed because I'm like always talking about these same damn coins. Well, it's pretty obvious, right? We have such a great chance right now to buy these high market cap coins. That's why I don't talk about small and micro cap coins right now. There's just no need to. I have a couple I like, Synesis 1, gaming, train to earn, AI. It's a nice little niche there, but guess what? That could still go to zero. That might not perform. That's why I think, given the chance we have, you're crazy for not taking advantage, and why I talk about the multi-cycle compounding plan. If you're trying to 100x this cycle, think about maybe having a multi-cycle thought process where you 10x now, reinvest in the next bear market, because there will be a massive crash, and in the next cycle, given you actually take advantage of the massive crash, you should at least be able to 10x again from there. In my opinion, at least a 10x, which is 100x overall. Okay, but no, in crypto, we like to have our nice, juicy 100,000% gains, and it's really degenerate. But for those of you who are in this, following my thought process and taking our time and just securing the bag, we will make the most money. With that being said, thank you all so much for listening. Again, all material in this video is, of course, in that private community and a whole bunch more. Make sure you're in there. We're going to have a great bull run together. Talk to you soon. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.